Are copies really fake, or are they just as real, if not better? In this mind-blowing documentary, we're going to tear down the illusion of original luxury and exposes the truth behind the words fake, original, first copy, and what quality really means. Why are millions turning to high-quality copies? The answer might shake the foundation of the luxury world. Welcome to Live News 16. I'm Janet MacArthur, and today we're throwing gasoline on one of fashion's most taboo topics, fake. A word used to shame millions of consumers. But is it really fake, or just freedom from overpriced illusions? Let's dive in. When we hear the word fake, we immediately picture something cheap, dishonest, or illegal. But have we ever questioned why that word is used so casually when it comes to products? The truth is, the term fake is more of a weapon than a description. It is a word designed by corporations to create guilt, shame, and fear among consumers who don't or can't buy their high-priced originals. But technically speaking, the word original only refers to the first product made. Every single item after that, even if made by the same brand, is a copy of the original prototype. So what makes one copy original and another fake? It's not quality, it's not craftsmanship, it's marketing. In reality, many people knowingly buy a copy not because they're trying to fool anyone, but because they admire the design and want to enjoy the aesthetic at a more reasonable price. The so-called fake item becomes a symbol of smart consumer thinking, not deception. This segment breaks the mental chain built around the word fake, a word that has been deliberately planted to protect corporate profits and shame independent choice. One of the biggest misconceptions around copies is that they are automatically of lower quality. But in today's global manufacturing landscape, that assumption is outdated. There are copies being made with high-end materials like genuine leather, heavy-duty metal hardware, and reinforced stitching that can actually outlast some of the so-called original products. These copies are not produced in shady backrooms. They are made in advanced workshops by skilled artisans who take pride in the final product. In some cases, these copies are built even better than originals because the makers reverse engineer the design and fix flaws that the brand may have ignored. You'll often find better zippers, stronger threads, and softer finishes in a high-grade copy. It's no longer about fooling anyone. It's about offering something that looks and feels luxurious without the inflated brand name. In fact, there's an entire grading system in the world of copies, from entry-level to mirror copies and super master quality, which look identical to the originals and can even match them in durability. To assume that all copies are cheap is like saying all originals are perfect, and we know that's not true. Luxury prices are rarely based on production costs. A branded handbag may cost $200 to make, but it sells for $5,000. Why? Because you're not paying for the leather, the stitching, or even the design. You're paying for a marketing dream, the prestige, the celebrity endorsements, the elite placement in magazines and red carpets. What you're really buying is the illusion of status. Meanwhile, a high-quality copy that uses the same kind of leather, the same structure, and similar craftsmanship might cost only $150. The cost difference isn't because the product is better, it's because the brand can afford to charge more by selling the fantasy. In truth, the price tag of a luxury brand often reflects brand ego, not the object's value. When you strip away the logos and ads, what's left is just a product. And if a copy can deliver the same look, feel, and durability, why should consumers feel ashamed for choosing it? This segment goes deeper into a simple yet powerful question: can anyone truly own a design? In the fashion world, designs are constantly recycled. Quilted patterns, monogram styles, classic cuts. These have existed for centuries. So when a luxury brand claims exclusive rights to a handbag shape or a jacket silhouette, it's not always legally or ethically valid. In fact, most fashion designs are not protected by international patents. This makes the enforcement of originality incredibly inconsistent across the globe. Furthermore, when smaller creators are penalized for making similar styles, it begs the question, who decides what's inspiration and what's imitation? Why should only rich corporations have the power to create and profit? Fashion has always been a conversation between the past and the present. To declare only big brands as the rightful owners of style is not only arrogant, it's unethical. Copies, in many cases, are just expressions of admiration and creativity, built for the people who love the design but don't want to feed a corporate machine. Far from being a niche black market secret, the copy industry is a global, thriving culture. In countries like Turkey, China, Vietnam, and India, entire marketplaces exist for high-quality replicas. These aren't back-alley counterfeits. They are bold, open, and often better made than the brand originals. Today's consumer doesn't always want to show off a logo. They want beauty, durability, and value. And copy culture delivers exactly that. In fact, many skilled workers who make copies are former employees of luxury factories themselves. They use the same tools, materials, and sometimes even the same supply chains. What separates them from the luxury house is not quality, but branding. Copy buyers today are not trying to pretend to be rich. They're proudly rejecting the overpriced madness of the luxury industry. And this trend is spreading fast, especially among younger generations who are more informed and less interested in brand worship. The copy revolution is not about fraud, it's about fairness. There's a dirty secret in the luxury industry that most consumers don't know. Many luxury brands outsource their production to the same factories that make copies. That's right. The same hands that sew a $200 replica may also stitch a $5,000 handbag for a major fashion house. Many brands don't make products in-house anymore. They license production to third-party factories in Asia, Eastern Europe, or Latin America. Sometimes there are quality inconsistencies between products made for different markets, even though they carry the same brand name. What's more shocking is how some brands manufacture their items in low-cost countries, but sell them as made in France or made in Italy just because the final inspection is done there. The idea that luxury means better quality is a carefully built illusion, and the truth breaks that illusion wide open. If the brand isn't making the bag, if the quality isn't always superior, and if the design is not unique, then what are we really paying for? As we step into a new era, it's becoming clear that the next generation of consumers is rejecting blind loyalty to brand names. People now care more about the actual product, how it feels, how it lasts, how it fits their life, than whether it carries a particular label. Silent luxury is trending. Fashion that looks amazing without shouting the brand. This has created a space where high-quality copies shine. They offer people a chance to own beauty, function, and luxury without financial pressure or artificial prestige. In fact, copies today often represent smarter, more conscious consumerism. Why buy into corporate status symbols when you can buy what you love, what lasts, and what respects your wallet? The rise of quality copies is not just a fashion movement. It's a cultural rebellion against manipulation and branding over substance. At the end of the day, the war between original and copy is not about quality. It's about control. It's about who gets to decide what's valuable. The truth is, high-quality copies have earned their place in the fashion world, not by pretending to be something else, but by proving that good design doesn't need to cost thousands. So the next time someone says, "That's fake," ask yourself, what are they really afraid of? Maybe it's the fact that you made a smarter, freer, and more informed choice. So, next time someone mocks a copy bag, remind them the Mona Lisa has millions of prints, but it doesn't make them worthless. Words like fake were built to control, but you have the power to break the illusion. Choose quality, choose logic, choose freedom. I'm Janet MacArthur, and this was Live News 16. If this opened your eyes, share it. Let the world know. It's not fake if it's fabulous.